So, a very good morning to all the students. I hope all of you are doing well, maintaining the rules of lockdown. So, as per the instructions that we have received from our coordinator, sir, Mr. Jyoti Bhattacharya, sir, we have to conduct our classes through video conferencing. We cannot compromise the class. এখন পর্যন্ত বুঝতে পারছি না কবে গিয়ে ক্লাস তোমাদের ক্লাসেস অ্যাকচুয়ালি কলেজে স্টার্ট হবে তো আমাদের এখন we have to bear the inconvenience. We have to conduct our classes through this mode of discussion. And today I have supplied you the notes. If you look at it, there are 7 different PDF files which have been numbered from 1 to 7. That is the way I have organized your notes. So you go through it. This is basically the discussion of your fifth unit, production and operation management. The third and the fourth unit will be discussed by your Nilanjan sir, and we have already had the discussion related to first and second unit of production and operation management. So, if you do not understand anything, if you do not understand the handwriting, you please call me. I will again resend the files. At the same time, when you prepare the notes, please keep on listening to my discussions. It will help you to understand. This discussion is related to your fifth unit aggregate production plan. Now, aggregate production plan is basically a topic which I have mentioned in the class numerous times while discussing your first and second unit of production and operation management. But in this unit, we will have a thorough discussion, an elaborate discussion regarding what aggregate production plan means. As the name suggests, aggregate production plan basically will deal with making decisions in operation based on aggregate data. So what an aggregate data or what is the use of an aggregate data is? See, in today's times, organizations cannot afford only to produce one variety of products because of the pressure from the consumers. It has to increase its variety. So when it increases the variety, the complexity in production also increases. You can understand. But so making a decision at an aggregate level will be a decision that is made regarding each and every variety of products that a manufacturing industry produces. A simple example could be that, say, for example, in our college, GC College, there are 26 different departments. So each department will have their own strategy to deal with classes, to deal with students. So there would be a separate departmental plan which is basically formed or which is basically formulated within the framework of the whole college. So at the central level, the college creates the framework for each and every department in the organization. This example could be a little bit confusing because when we speak of classes in the college or in schools, that is basically related to a service. But in case of manufacturing industry, it relates to tangible goods. But still, it will help you to understand what an aggregate production plan actually means. So this decision taken at an overall level, at a college level for each and every department of the college is referred to as aggregate plan. So this aggregate plan will help you to translate the business plans and the strategic intent into operational decisions. Because the strategic intent or the business plans remain at a very broad and an abstract level, to convert it or to translate it into operational decisions, you need to break it down. So a business plan may pervade each and every department in the organization. Now each and every department in the organization will have to accrue the inputs from the overall corporate strategy. So the business plans basically is the foundation on which the operational decisions are made. Now at the end of an aggregate production planning exercise, the organization arrives at the quantity and the timing of resources to be committed in the organization. Now these are the two main important elements of aggregate production plan. So quantity and timings are equally important because quantity will determine the volume of products that you are producing, and timing will determine the time at which the products are being produced. Because of course you know that during the time of peak demand, the organization may need to produce the products in excess quantity, whereas during the period of slack demand, the organization can afford to reduce its production. So what happens after an aggregate production planning exercise? The aggregate production planning exercise is often being abbreviated as APP exercise. So at the end of an APP exercise, the organization will derive at decisions such as the quantity of resources to be committed. Then it will decide. Then it will come to a decision regarding the rate at which the goods and services are produced, and the inventory is to be carried forward from one period to the next. For example, here we have given an example that there is a manufacturer of garment industry of garments. So, in the garment industry, at the end of an FPP exercise, the garment industry may derive at three basic decisions. The first decision could be that the garment industry has decided that it will produce at a rate of 9,000 meter cloth every day from a period of January to March. Then it will increase its production to 11,000 meter cloth from maybe April to September. And then again from October to December, it will reduce its production to 10,000. So this is how you can arrive at the decision regarding the rate of production. The second part, you see that after the APP exercise, the organization may decide to carry a 10% inventory every month for the first 10 months. So this is regarding the carry forward of inventory from one period to the next. And the third element could be that the organization has decided that it will employ an one shift work for the employees for the first 10 months. Then it will increase the work to either 2 or 3 shifts. So that basically is regarding the labor force or the resources that needs to be committed during the production. Anyways, when we speak of production and when we speak of aggregate production plan mainly, so basically, these are the three decisions at the end of aggregate production plan the organization derives at. The next part basically deals with that in aggregate production plan, since there are variety of products produced in an organization, in aggregate production plan you need to create a basis or equivalence by which the variations are neutralized. If variations exist, then the aggregate production plan will be difficult to be conducted. For example, let us see that here there is an example of a manufacturer of bicycles. So you will see that the manufacturer of bicycle produces three varieties of bicycle. One is the standard model, second is the deluxe model, and third is the sports model. So here, as it is mentioned, that say for example, to produce a standard model, the manufacturer requires 30 machine hours. To produce the deluxe model, it requires 60 machine hours. And to produce a sports model, it requires 90 machine hours. Now, if this be the case, then of course you can understand that to produce a deluxe model, to produce one deluxe model is equivalent to producing two standard models. Since the machine hours required to produce one deluxe model is double the machine hours required to produce one standard model, and producing one sports model is equivalent to producing three standard models. So that basically means that if the organization has a demand of 1000 standard models, 500 deluxe model, and 250 sports model, then it can be converted into 2750 model standard models of production for the bicycle. 2750 has been derived as 1000 is the standard model. Now the 500 deluxe model can be converted into 1000 because 1000 standard model because standard model, I mean deluxe model is twice the standard model, and 250 sports model can be converted into 750 standard model because sports model is thrice the standard model. So we added 1000 plus 1000 plus 500 becomes 27 sorry 1000 plus 1000 plus 750 becomes 2750 standard models for the manufacturer. So this is what actually aggregate production means. So you go through the discussion and you see whether there is any confusion. At the same time, you look at the explanation that I have given, and you see if there is any confusion, you ask me. The next part of the discussion will be regarding the strategies of aggregate production plan. So till now, you read it, you listen to the discussion, and you see whether there is any confusion.